I'm Mo.
And I'm Real, and you're watching
Mvtv.
Yay! You have to take exams.
You do too.
Oh.
If you're confused about it, Mr. Payton can go over everything and like how it works and how it factors into your grade.
Whatever.
Hello, students. It's time to take a look at grades, exams, and you. You may be wondering, especially if you're a freshman and you're new to this and haven't had the exam schedule, what's going on? Well, first thing you need to understand is that your final exams you're about to take are important. Not the same as the state testing, although that is also important. These are for your classes themselves. So, the most important point I want to make here is that the only grade that really matters when it's all said and done at the end of the year is your final course grade, because that's the one that's going to go on your transcript, that's the one that's going to factor into your GPA, and that's the one that colleges and trade schools and everything else is going to see when they get your high school transcript. But that's the one you need to be focused on. Now, in order to get there, you have to have been doing stuff along the way. So, the final course grade itself is an average of the 2 semester grades, and each semester grade is a combination of 2 9-weeks grades and an exam grade. If you are taking just a semester-long class, then really that grade is just a combination of 2 9-weeks and either the first semester exam or second semester exam. Now, when we actually look at how those grades are calculated, you need to understand that they are based on the 4-point scale values that you can find on page 27 of your student handbook, rather than the percentages themselves. So if you got, for example, a B- for a 9 weeks, that would convert to a 2.63 on the 4-point grading scale. Those students who are in KAP, AP, or dual enrollment classes have what's known as a weighted scale, and those values are a little different, starting with B- and up. But for the purposes of this conversation, we're just going to focus on the general scale. And it's not like it's just a simple 3-way average of these pieces either. We have actually different weights to these grades. Each semester is made up of 2 quarter grades and an exam grade, and the exam grade has less of a weight than the 9-weeks grades, although it is still important. It might be more helpful to actually visualize these. So these blocks that you can see here added up represent the total of all the grades that you can get over a year-long class. And you'll notice that the quarter grades or 9-weeks grades have bigger blocks than the exam grades because they are weighted more heavily. If we were to take, for example, a student with B's and C's, and we looked at what they received each term, it could break down as follows. I want to point out a couple things. Notice that even though we have a C here and a C here, because this is an exam C and this is a 9-week C, notice the size of this block is bigger, and that's because it's more heavily weighted. Same thing with the B- here. We have a B- here, but it's larger block than the B- here, and that's because of the weighting. Now, if we were to take all of these pieces that this student earns throughout the year and we stack them up together, we can see that this bar is shorter than this bar, and it should be, because this bar from end to end would be the equivalent of a student who got an A in all these things. To get a B, you would have to get up to this point, and you notice this student is not quite at where they're going to get a B. This is where you need to get a C, so this student's bar is clearly longer than the C bar, which means they're going to end up with greater than a C. They're going to get at least a C+, if not a B-. And then here's your D. So how does this student stack up if you add up all the 9 weeks in their exam grades? Well, you can see that they're above a C. They're not quite at a B. And if you actually were to do the math and add in the weight calculations, you see that this student with these grades across the whole year would come to a final course grade of a C+. You can see they're above the C, but not quite to the B line. Well, what about a student that has failed throughout the year? And so let's say this student is about to take their final exam and they really study their buns off and they somehow get an A, which is not statistically likely, but it is possible. Is that enough for them to pass the course? Well, no, right? An A on just the final exam, if all the other grades are an F, will only stack up this far, and that's not enough to pass the course. You have to at least cross the D- line here to get credit for the class. To conclude this segment, I just want to take a quick peek at the exam schedule. If you're a freshman, this is going to be brand new because we did not do this at the end of the first semester. This is something that we have done in the past for upperclassmen, but it's been a while. So the way this works is Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, the 25th, 26th, and 27th, are not regular school days. They are on a special exam schedule to give each class more than just a regular class period amount of time to deliver a proper end of course exam or project or whatever your teacher has decided to do. The way that this works is you think about what period of the day you have your various classes, and then that will determine the day and the time that you are supposed to be at the high school to take your test. For example, if you have a first period class, you will notice that your exam will be on Tuesday, May 25th from 7:40 a.m. to 9:15 a.m. And the same goes for the other periods, and you can see them here in bold and blue. There are breaks in between, there's lunch, and there's hive. Note the lunch situation. If you're a freshman, you are going to have lunch from 11:25 to 11:55 on these 3 days, and then you will go to hive. And if you're an upperclassman, which is a sophomore through senior, it's going to be the other way around. One important thing to note, you might be asking yourself, well, Mr. Payton, I have a first period class, but I have a study hall 4th and 10th period. Do I have to stay the rest of the day? The short answer is no, but if you want to leave school early because you don't have any more exams, you must get a handwritten note from home and bring that to the office as soon as possible. If you do not have a note, the office will not allow you to leave, and you're going to have to spend time in wherever they decide to stick students. Traditionally, it's been the theater. We'll see where it is this year. Please look at this carefully so you know where you need to be and when to take your tests. I wish you all the best of luck. Finish strong. We love you guys. Goodbye.
So listen, guys.
Real. It's time for your kiss.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Get a room!
Kiss a senior. Didn't you see the
No,
posters?
first of all, that spreads COVID. Second of all, that's not what it means at all.
What does it mean?
We'll show you in this clip.
Now could I ever love someone like the one I see in you?
Know a senior that's graduating that you're really going to miss? Want to send them your appreciation? Swing by the cafeteria, and for $2, you can kiss them goodbye. That is, you can buy a set of chocolate lips on a stick with a personalized message. Just pay $2 to the Key Club representative, and they will have your kiss delivered at their graduation rehearsal. But hurry, sales end May 17th.
Goodbye to you. Goodbye, baby. So long, darling. Goodbye to you.
I'll let him know. Real, your mom's here. She says she's disappointed and ready to go. Real, such a mama's boy.
Yes.
I mean, aren't we all, really?
I guess so, and I'm pretty sure there's a special day for mothers coming up. Well, I want to see what all you guys had in store.
That's close.
All right, so how are you going to celebrate Mother's Day?
So I'm taking my mom out to dinner with my dad and stuff, and then we're taking her out to her mom's gravesite and decorating that for her.
That seems very nice. It's very nice. All right, so what are you doing for Mother's Day?
I'm about to take care of my mama. I'm going to do her yard work, and then I'm going to my grandma's house and do her yard work.
That sounds awesome.
I plan on taking her out to a dinner with our whole entire family and their sisters.
I think I'm going to get her a box of chocolates.
So what are you doing for Mother's Day?
I don't know. I think I might just make a little something for her, to show my appreciation.
Seems very sweet. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hey, Real needs your help siphoning gas.
Oh, over there.
Of course he does. Hey, Anthony. Hey, Bryce. Oh, while I'm here, I do have some advice I want to plug in for those at the end of the year. So let's take a look at that.
Advice with Bryce for you. Yeah.
Hey all, Bryce here. Man, what a crazy year it has been for all of us to go through. For starters, we only went to school 2 days a week and only got to see half of our friends for the first quarter. The freshmen were met with a new world in which they had to combat themselves. Some of us even caught the virus and had to quarantine for a couple weeks, so that was fun. Let's put all that aside though, because we are finally at the end of the year. And here are some tips to make the best of these last couple of days. Now, I know some of you are just wanting to be done, especially the seniors with their senioritis, but you must keep your daily schedule intact. This means to still maintain the daily learning you have been doing at school. You must also keep up the hard work and do well in your classes. We still have finals to overcome, and those exams amount for a great part of your grade. On the other hand though, make sure you can plan out the rest of your year, and make it fun while you're at it. When the school year is over, celebrate your achievements and what you have accomplished during this school year. You can then remember the memories that you have had with your classmates this past year. This is Bryce, signing out.
So Josh and Real ended up getting caught siphoning gas. They need someone to go bail them out.
Of course they did. Why wouldn't they? Always need something. There's always something with those two.
Well, guess it's what it's like in America nowadays. Speaking of America, Feathers has asked me to do a KAP American History segment, so I'll present that now.
Hi, my name is Hunter Schisler. I am currently a senior. I took KAP History because I have always really been interested in history. It's been my favorite subject, and I thought it would help prepare me for what I want to do in college, which is political science and journalism. So it really has helped me get a deep dive into history and like the college format, and it has just proven the fact that I want to go into a history political science field. My favorite part has been the class discussions. I think it's a really good environment. I think it is a lot of fun to just be able to talk about it each week and like take notes over it. So I have really enjoyed it this year.
My name is Ethan T, and I took KAP my senior year. The biggest reason why I took it was because Mr. Fetters asked me to, and I enjoy history. I've always enjoyed history, maybe a bit too much, my friends say sometimes. But yes, KAP has been fun. One of my favorite parts was every week we have like a chapter discussion kind of thing, and you put together a presentation of it, and then you have to teach the class for a week basically about a current chapter in the book. Mine was over like the New Deal and such, and it was interesting, leading the classroom discussion.
Hi, my name is Bryce Farrell. I am a senior at Mount Vernon High School. I chose KAP History because I've always felt like I was interested in history, American history to be exact, and figured it would also fill in the general college requirements. My favorite part of KAP American History is being able to teach my classmates about the Roaring '20s, from Al Capone to sports.
So one of the biggest parts of KAP History is the 8 to 10 page research paper. It's worth half of your third quarter grade. I would say pick something you're interested in because it'll make it more fun to write about. Because an 8 to 10 page paper is not fun to write, and if you're interested in it, it will help you meet that page goal. So it's an APA format, which isn't that hard, and the teacher, Mr. Fetters, will go over it and help you. It is easier, I will say, to write this paper if you've taken a class like AP English because you're already used to writing papers and you are getting used to those formats. Don't procrastinate on it. It is very stressful and it won't be your best work. Always revise and edit is another thing. And there are 2 drafts before the final. One is due right after Christmas break and one is due early February, right before the final research paper due. And each draft should be better than your last, but make sure you've met the page goal with your first draft. And I think you'll be fine, So
to sum up reading, we have about 5 extra books during the year, along with the textbook that is required for us. We read certain sections of the book and we answer questions relating to those sections. We do not read the whole book at once, so don't worry about that. They aren't every week, but they can be multiple weeks in a row. They're due Monday of every week, so get them done by Monday and you'll be set. So the weekly quizzes, every week we go over a chapter of the book, and then every Friday we have a quiz over it. My advice for that is to read the book, go over the presentations, and then so that you can be prepared for Friday when you take that quiz.
In KAP, there's essay tests, which are worth more than weekly quizzes and reading questions, but less than the research paper, of course. There's 7 each year, and they're over each unit. One serves as the midterm, one serves as the final, but they're not scary as you think. I myself thought they were scary, but it's just write an essay during one class period. And of course, do not procrastinate on it. Make sure you know what's going to be over it, and you should be perfectly fine for it. Yeah, my advice for KAP American History is that I will admit some chapters can be a little bit boring. Maybe it's not like the history you specifically wanted to study. However, I mean, there'll be better weeks later, and just try to stay interested, try to stay in it. This is all still history, and history is a very important topic for us to learn and not to repeat. And if we do repeat it, make sure it's the right history.
Yeah, like Ethan said, there will be weeks in which you have to read boring chapters and topics like steamboats or having to read about National Bank for the 30th time in a row. But it's not like you can just sit out those topics. You still have to study them, because if you don't, it can hurt your grade for that class.
Advice I would give to a future student of KAP history is just have fun with it, and don't procrastinate on any of the parts of KAP history, because it will add up. And for the research paper, pick a topic you really enjoy, because it will help you write it. And the weekly quizzes, don't worry too much if you get a bad grade on one, but don't get bad grades on multiple, because they also pile up. So.
Oh shoot, I just remembered, I have to study for this week's history quiz.
Caleb, move, I need to get out of here.
Oh, dude, whoa, chill, man. Why are you so sweaty? And is that cotton candy I smell?
Dude, look, there's no time to explain. I just gotta get right out of the country. Do you know a way?
Oh, yeah, there's actually a new trip that they're taking up to England, I think.
All right, Cole, I'm out.
Mrs. Keaton and her students are going on holiday to England and Paris.
Don't forget your Chromebook chargers.
But then I'd have to leave my espresso machine here.
Oh, you only need to pack the important things. Okay.
I'll take my voodoo doll, and George can take Bubbles.
Mommy is packing enough food and supplies for a year-long land invasion of Asia.
God, we're only going for 2 weeks, you know. You're not Napoleon.
Don't worry, you'll have room for your souvenirs after you read it all.
All right.
This is the aeroplane that will take the group on holiday.
I do hope we don't have that gut-wrenching turbulence like we did on the way here.
I can't wait for the life vest demonstration.
Yes, Nigel, we know.
I certainly hope you don't need to get up a lot.
Teacher, I have to go to the loo.
Good use of the lingo, Nigel. Let's go.
2 very boring minutes later.
'Cause I'm as free as a bird now. And this bird you cannot change. Oh, and the bird you cannot.
The group has arrived in England.
It smells funny here.
Sorry, that was me. I had cabbage soup for breakfast.
Let's go rub the American Revolution in the Queen's face.
The group arrives at Buckingham Palace, where the immortal Queen lives.
Can we please use your loo?
Of course, we have a few hundred.
Wonderful. We have this one student who probably needs to see a doctor.
I know the feeling. Come on in. Hello, peasants.
Death to tyrants!
Know where we can get a decent cup of coffee?
Don't mind Nigel. He has a serious caffeine problem.
You know what? I think we should go to T.P. Mayor Khan's house. Who's with me? Tally-ho, pile in. There's a good class. I hope you don't mind if we stop by Parliament. I like to ring the bell from time to time. It confuses the House of Commons.
That was lit!
Right, enough of that. Where are you off to next time, then?
To Paris to eat stinky cheeses!
I shall fly you there myself. Hold on to your knickers.
What a brilliant transforming bus! Now if only these French could learn to drive.
The students and their chaperones have arrived in Paris.
The Eiffel Tower. I suppose we should climb this thing while we're here.
Last one is a moldy croissant.
Going up.
Cool, I'm hungry again.
No lunch until I hit my 10,000 steps. Follow me. You can see for miles around here. Have a look.
Ooh! Is that a column of panzers?
And that's our cue to leave. It's nice to be back.
Yeah, I can't believe Anthony bailed us out, man.
Yeah, can't believe we saw Braden also going in when we were going out.
That's really, it's really weird.
It's really not surprising.
But anyways, we gotta hit the road.
Oh, we gotta hit the road for
So,
out and about.
Let's go.
One last time.
Yeah.
Let's go out the way we came. Hey guys.
It's real.
Welcome back to another Out and About with Real and Josh. And this is the final journey, the last one. So yeah, we got stuff to show you. So that was some of In Town Mount Vernon. This is just really a reminder to you that we're not always going to be there, and it's going to be summer soon.
Right.
So remember to leave your house, go outside, go to local businesses. Obviously, follow mask protocol and everything, but make sure you get out there. Make sure you support local business because they need you from using you all last summer. So yeah, guys. Say bye.
Oh, bye.
Bye. Thanks for watching Out and About.
I'm Mo.
And I'm Real, and you're watching
Mvtv.
MVTV.
I hated it.
It's difficult to say.
I'm Mo.
And I'm Real, and you're watching
MVTV.
MVTV.
Stop it!
Only one life, and brain will fall down.
First of all, that's not what it means. Second of all, it's
And this burning tree that's withering.
Your mother's calling.
Would you
Go take it. Such a mama's boy. Can you believe him?
goodbye? Walk away, it's time to say goodbye.
I thought you were gonna say something.
Hey, that's your line.
Okay. Just cut that.
Walk away, it's hard to say goodbye.
Yeah, it's nice to be back.
Yeah.